Hey guys, 7th here. Who wants a game room tour? Okay, so we're going to start with the most boring stuff first. This is where I keep my Blu-rays. I'm not going to go through each individual thing because there's just too much stuff, but suffice it to say, you know, I'm a popcorn movie guy, horror movie, occasional drama. You know, you're not going to see a whole lot of Criterion shit on my shelf, but I'll show you some of the more interesting things. Now, of course, you've got some little knickknacks here. You've got the DeLorean. It lights up, makes noises, but right now the battery's dead. And AVGN is sitting on top of it. And then you've got Marcus from Borderlands 2. That's the little, what do you call it, bobblehead doll that comes with the collector's edition of Borderlands 2. And there's Cartman from the collector's edition of Stick of Truth. And there's Shit Pickle. And there's the Tron cycle that came with the collector's edition of Tron for PS3. And then you come down and start looking through. And as you can see, it's a lot of superhero stuff, a lot of comedies, a lot of action and sci-fi. I don't have a whole lot of box sets. There's Star Wars, and down here you'll see Jurassic Park, and then the Indiana Jones box set. And somewhere around in there is the box set to Back to the Future. Now this one right here is interesting. That is the director's cut of Nightbreed. Comes with both the theatrical and the director's cut. It was a limited edition. Had to get it from Shout Factory, I believe. And you scroll over here, and there's the Matrix box set. And you come down, and there's the Star Trek Original Series box set, and some odds and ends. Now this one's kind of little pride and joy here. Terrible movie, but this is Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies, autographed by the late great Roddy Piper. Like I say, it's a terrible movie, but it's awesome to see how hard he tries to put through an actual acting performance in this barely budgeted piece of crap. It's hilarious. When what's his name, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, turns into a zombie and tries to kill him, and he's forced to have to kill his friend. The amount of acting that he puts into that scene for a movie so bad, it's commendable. It's commendable. But there is one other thing I want to show you here, and that's my sign. That is my custom sign. There is a company whose name currently escapes me that made this for me. I ordered it online. Because I wanted a neon sign for my game room. But when I found out how much those were, how much energy they used, having to replace the gas in them every so often, I started looking at LED lights instead, and I found this company that they would build any design that you wanted, and so I sent them my logo and what I wanted over it, and I think it gives it a kind of an 80s authentic arcade look to it, especially when you turn it on. Now it cycles through several different colors, and there's different settings that you can set up for it and what have you, and it's pretty cool. All I really need now is a jukebox. If there's anybody out there that has an old CD-based jukebox that they don't want, feel free to let me know, and you can ship it off, or if you're within 100 miles, I'll come pick it up. Next up, you got some wall hangings, posters. Of course, that's Zack from Final Fantasy VII, and that's Skyrim. And you look down here, this is the chair that me and my wife refer to as the mom chair. This is the chair that is not a gamer chair. We reserve this one for when company comes over. We call it the mom chair because we have to keep it covered up with this blanket because the dogs love to lay in it, and their claws well, their claws would cut holes in the leather if we allowed them to, so we have to keep it covered up with a blanket. But nothing special game-wise here. These are all my little capture devices that I use for capturing gameplay footage. So, moving on to the next area. Next up is the shelf that I keep my more modern stuff, for the most part. This is really what I would say is my Sony shelf. Now, you've got various box sets up here. Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, the Bloodborne Collector's Edition, Onechanbara 2, Little Big Planet 3, and Infamous Second Son. My Jeff Dunham Akhnid, the Dead Terrorist talking bobblehead that 8th got me for Christmas a couple of years ago. Yoshi's Woolly World, Tales of Zestiria, Dragon Quest Heroes, Street Fighter V, Trails of Cold Steel, Guilty Gear, and Senran Kagura. I don't keep up with the PS3 rarity all that much, so I'm not really aware of what I've got that might be rare or harder to find, aside from the obvious stuff like, you know, sealed Classic Heroes 2G and Cross Edge. Cross Edge can be kind of hard to find, but other than that, I don't really know what is rare, so I'm just going to go through and show you what I've got, starting with PS2. I got Arc the Lad, Bionicle Heroes, Castlevania, and then Castlevania Lament of Innocence, Champions of Norath, Chaos Wars, Dark Cloud 1 and 2, Devil May Cry, Dirge of Cerberus, Disgaea, Dot Hack 1, 2, and 3, Destroy All Humans, Dragon Quest 8, Drakengard, Aragon, Final Fantasy X, X2, Final Fantasy 12, Front Mission 4, Ghost Rider, Gungrave, Grandia Extreme, Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life, Special Edition, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Jak and Daxter, Jak 2, Jak 3, Killzone, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Magna Carta, Makai Kingdom, Matrix Path of Neo, Maximo, Mega Man Anniversary Collection, Mega Man X Collection, Nightmare Before Christmas, Okami, Onimusha 3, Persona 3, Persona 4, Pirates of the Caribbean, Radiata Stories, Rogue Galaxy, Ratchet & Clank Going Commando, Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal, Ratchet Deadlock, Scooby-Doo First Fright, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill The Room, Sims 2, Siren, Spawn Armageddon, Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Shut Up Dog, Tales of the Abyss, Transformers, Valkyrie Profile 2, Xenosaga 1, 2, and 3, and Manhunt. And then you get into the PS3. Got 007 Legends, 3D Dot Game Heroes, Adventure Time, Alpha Protocol, Agrest War Zero, Arno Surge, Artanelico Koga, Atelier Meru, Atelier Verona Plus, Atelier Aisha, Assassin's Creed 3, Africa, Aliens Colonial Marines, Anarchy Reigns, Avatar, Jim Cameron's Avatar, Bioshock Infinite, Battlefield Bad Company, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Bayonetta, Beyond Two Souls, Blood Drive, Borderlands, Bulletstorm, Batman Arkham Asylum, Game of the Year Edition, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, Battlefield 3, Binary Domain, Brutal Legend, Burnout Paradise, Clash of the Titans, Clash of Heroes 2G, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 1 and 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, that's the one I picked up dog turds with, the one that is autographed by Infinity Ward. Chaotic Shadow Warriors, Cross Edge, Deadly Premonition Director's Cut, Dead Space 2, Dead Space 3, Dark Souls, Darksiders 2, Dark Void, Dead Island Riptide, Deadpool, Dark Souls 2, Demon Souls, Dragon's Crown, Dungeon Siege, Devil May Cry Collection, Disgaea 3, Disgaea 4, Disgaea D2, DMC Devil May Cry. I've got the original Dead Island around here somewhere. I think 8th might have it up in his room. Untold Legends Dark Kingdom, that's in the wrong spot. Dragon Age Origins, Dishonored, Drakengard 3, Dragon's Dogma, DJ Hero, I'm not sure why I still have that. Disney Universe, Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2 and 3, The Eye of Judgment, Fairy Fencer F, Fallout New Vegas, The Last of Us, Final Fantasy XX2, an extra copy of Tron Evolution, not sure why I still have that. Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13-2, Final Fantasy 13-3, Folklore, Ghostbusters, God of War Origins Collection, God of War 3, God of War Ascension Steelbook, Gran Turismo 5, God of War Collection, the Guided Fate Paradox, Family Guy the Game, Heavenly Sword, Haze, Heavy Rain, Homefront, Sonic's Genesis Collection, not sure why that's there, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, Hyperdimension Neptunia, Hyperdimension Neptunia 2, Hyperdimension Neptunia 3, Infamous 2, Jak and Daxter Collection, Just Cause 2, Killzone 2, Killzone 3, Kingdoms of Amalur: The Reckoning, Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix, Lollipop Chainsaw Lair, Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, Lego Harry Potter, I think that's the second one for years 5 to 7, Lego Batman 2, Lego Lord of the Rings, Lego Rock Band, Little Big Planet 2, Little Big Planet Karting, Lord of the Ring, Aragorn's Quest, Motorstorm 1, 2, and 3, Mugen Souls Z, Medieval Moves, Megas, the worst PS3 game exclusive ever made, possibly the easiest platinum, Mass Effect Collection, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, Metal Gear Solid 4, Naughty Bear, Ni no Kuni, Nier, Painkiller, Persona 4 Golden, or Persona 4 Arena, sorry, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, Portal 2, PlayStation Move Heroes, PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale, The Puppeteer, Ride to Hell Retribution, still need to review that, Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus, Ratchet & Clank All for One, Ratchet & Clank Collection, Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction, Ratchet & Clank Future A Crack in Time, Ratchet & Clank Full Frontal Assault, Resident Evil 6, Record of Agarest War 2, Resident Evil 5 Golden, Rage, Resistance, Resistance 2, Resistance 3, Saints Row the Third, The Sly Collection, Sly Cooper 4, PlayStation Sports Champions, Singularity, Splatterhouse, Super Street Fighter 4, SSX, Star Wars The Force Unleashed 1 and 2, SOCOM 4, South Park and the Stick of Truth, Sing Song ABBA, I'm not sure how I ended up with that. I think that might be one that I'll send to the Game Chasers in a future box. Alright, Starhawk, Soul Calibur 5, Amazing Spider-Man, Sorcery, Sonic Generations, Syndicate, Time Crisis, Tales of Exilia, Tales of Grace's F, Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Exilia 2, there's another copy of Tron, Transformers, Fall of Cybertron, War of Cybertron, Twisted Metal 2, Worlds 2, Tears from Tiara or whatever, Tears of Tiara, Time and Eternity, Sims 3, Thor, TV Superstars, which is a move game, and you come down, you've got Uncharted, Trinity Universe, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, Valkyria Chronicles, WWE 14, WWE All-Stars, White Knight Chronicles 2, which has White Knight Chronicles 1 in it, X-Men Destiny, X-Men Origins, Wolverine, and I believe this is Witch in the 100 Knight. Yeah, Witch in the 100 Knight, U-Star 2, Yokai Ninja Gaiden, and Yakuza, what's this, Yakuza Dead Souls? Yeah, Yakuza Dead Souls. And then out of order, you got Grand Theft Auto 4 Complete Edition. And then we start getting into the PS4 stuff. Now, some of the PS4 stuff is upstairs in 8th's room, but roughly I've got somewhere around 86 physical games for PS4. So you've got Tales of Zestiria, Knights of Azure, Senran Kagura, Borderlands, the Handsome Jack collection or whatever, Assassin's Creed 4, Alien Isolation, Batman, Arkham Knight, Bound by Fate, Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, Dragon Age Inquisition, Deception 4, Diablo 3, Destiny, Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth, Disney Infinity, Drive Club, Fallout 4, Far Cry 4, Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, Guilty Gear, Godzilla, Gravity Rush, Killzone Shadowfall, Knack, Lego Batman 3, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Lego The Hobbit, Lego The Movie, Lego Dimensions. 8th really loves the Lego games, what can I say? Lords of the Fallen, Mad Max, Shadow of Mordor, Mortal Kombat X, Murder Soul Suspect, Need for Speed Rivals, Omega Quintet, Onichanbara Z2, Rocksmith, Rayman Legends, Saints Row 4, Star Wars Battlefront, Transformers Devastation, The Evil Within, Tomb Raider, Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark. Get that back in there. And then, let's see, that's, what is this? Oh, the Order 1886 Collector's Edition. Last of Us Remastered, Elder Scrolls Online, Until Dawn, WWE 2K15, Watch Dogs, Witcher 3, Dying Light, Bloodborne Steelbook Edition, Sword Art Online, Lost Song, Tearaway, Dishonored, Uncharted Collection, Talos Principle, Disney Infinity 3.0, DMC Devil May Cry, Metal Gear Solid 5, let's see, Metro Redux, Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. That's an import from Japan. It's the only way you can get the physical version in the States. Dark Souls 2, Wolfenstein: The Old Blood, Assassin's Creed Unity, Just Cause 3, One Piece Pirate Warriors 3, Little Big Planet 3, Call of Duty Ghosts, Grand Theft Auto 5, Shadow Warrior, Akiba's Trip, Wolfenstein: The New Order, Wasteland 2, Street Fighter 5, Infamous Second Son Collector's Edition, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I am doing the review, I haven't forgotten. Arslan, Saturday Morning RPG. There's only 1,980 of these printed. Let's see, Dragon Quest Heroes, and Nitro Busters, which is a fighting game. Mega Dimension Neptunia 7, Life is Strange, and then you have my tiny Xbox One collection, which is Halo Master Chief Collection, Rise Son of Rome, Killer Instinct, a Rare Replay, Halo 5, Dead Rising 3, Project Spark, Forza Horizon 2, Sunset Overdrive, Forza 5, and Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Here's just some little odds and ends. This is my man cave rules, my man cave bottle opener. And this was a picture of where me and my wife and my son met William Shatner at a convention. You'll notice that all of us have lost a good bit of weight since this was taken several years ago. And here's a Rocketeer action figure that I found at Walmart, and I'm a big fan of the Rocketeer, so I had to have that. This is a custom piece of artwork that I got at the same convention that we met Shatner at. It's a horror convention, so this was a custom piece of Army of Darkness / Evil Dead artwork. And then my wife is a big Supernatural fan, so her and her best friend go to the Supernatural conventions, and she picked this up for me while she was there. I'm not as big a fan of Supernatural as she is, but I am a big fan of the Revenge of the Nerds movies. So he signed it, "Hey 7th, we've got Bush, Curtis Boogertron Armstrong," which that was both a reference to Revenge of the Nerds and Supernatural at the same time. So that was kind of cool. Curtis Armstrong, cool guy. Okay, so you've got some ColecoVision boxes here and the Intellivision box. That's for the trackball, the Atari 2600 expansion module, the racing module. Then you've got the statue from the collector's edition of Batman Arkham Knight, another Tron cycle, the statue from the collector's edition of Infamous 2, the statue from the collector's edition of Uncharted 3, and the statue from the collector's edition of God of War Ascension. And then you've got a Neo Geo, a non-modded but refurbished Xbox, original Xbox, had all the belts and everything replaced in it. Then down here you've got a Freddy Krueger in the background, and a Sega Master System, a Sega Dreamcast, and a Sega Saturn. Then underneath that you've got Sega Genesis, Sega CD, 32X, a Nintendo Wii, and a TurboGrafx 16. And then under that you've got the Intellivision, an Ouya, and a 3DO. So let's go to the next shelf, shall we? Next you got some boxes. This is the box to my PS3 Super Slim, PS4, Wii U, a gold headset. There's a Master System box right there, TurboGrafx 16, 3DS XL, PS2 Slim, and the Wii. And you've got Super Nintendo, Retron 5, PlayStation TV. There's a box to Guardian Heroes Advance. There's the Ouya box, PlayStation Vita Model 1, PlayStation Vita Model 2, Game Boy, and then you go down here and you've got some action figures. There's my Ash from Evil Dead, and you've got the cup Roddy Piper gave me. There's a Bruce Lee figure, there's a Ghost Rider figure, there's a Ratchet and Clank action figure, and then the background you've got one of those 3D posters. That one is of Nightmare on Elm Street. And then you go down to the bottom shelf and you've got the box to the collector's edition of Batman and the box to my Star Trek Enterprise ship. Speaking of, it's right there, and it lights up, makes noises, but not quite there yet. So next shelf, you got Xbox One box, the Order 1886 collector's edition little book thing that had the ornament, the pendant in it, the amulet. Then you've got your Halo Reach Xbox 360 box and the Sports Champions edition of the PlayStation Slim. And there's the statue from the collector's edition of Far Cry 4. And there is the statue from the collector's edition of Street Fighter 5. Then you come down here and you've got PlayStation 1, and you've got a PlayStation 2 Slim and a PlayStation 2 Fat that's back behind those controllers. Then there's my Halo Reach Xbox 360. Here's my Atari 2600. This is the Vader version. And here is my Atari 7800. You'll notice I have the European version of the controller, which is highly NES inspired, as you can see. But you know what? It's a lot easier to use than one of these little stick controllers like this. This one is a lot better. I like it a lot. Had to import it, and it wasn't cheap. Then you've got Super NES, and you've got the NES top loader. I don't have the original NES. I wish I did. They sell them at Gamers Alley for 35 bucks refurbished, but they always have this really nasty yellowed plastic. So I've just been looking for one that's in better shape, or I'd love to have one of those ones with a custom paint job, you know. So eventually I'll have the original NES again. But anyway, there's my N64, and then you come down and there's my Atari Jaguar, and that is an Atari 2600 Junior. It's not in the best of shape. It's just one I keep as a backup for if something happened to my main 2600. And then right there, that is the carrying case to my Game Gear. I'll show you that in a minute. You come back up, there's the box of Borderlands 2, there's the box to the collector's edition of South Park, there's the box of the Order 1886 collectors, the Uncharted 3 collector's edition, there's Rocksmith, and that is Agarest War Zero collector's edition. There's the box of the God of War 3 collector's edition, the Pandora's box, with the loot chest underneath it for the collector's edition of Borderlands. And there's the box for the Uncharted 3. There's the Enterprise that lights up, makes noises and whatnot. And there's the box back there for God of War Ascension, the box for the Alien Colonial Marine Special Edition they got for 10 bucks. The statue is up in 8th room because he liked it. And there's the collector's edition box for the Tron set. And there is another one of those Back to the Future DeLoreans, only this one is still sealed complete in the box. And there's the box to the Far Cry 4. Now we're going to start looking at the shelves here. First of all, we'll go across the top, and what you'll see is the bookends that came with Little Big Planet 2, Sam and Dean from Supernatural, Death Note figure, Duke Nukem. There's 2 different Chun-Li's. That right there is the Avengers movie set. You open it up and it's got the Tesseract inside and it lights up. And there's the statue that came with the collector's edition of the Order 1886, a Resistance action figure, a Walking Dead lunchbox, a figure from Death Note, and then those ones on the end, those are all Final Fantasy VII boxed action figures. So coming back here, let me get closer here. Now I have a little over 200 NES carts, and I have a few that are pretty uncommon. I don't have any of the ones that are like super valuable, but I do have a few that will set you back a pretty penny that don't come cheap. Some of the ones that come to mind, well, this is not super expensive, but you don't see it in the stores that much, and that's Ghost Lion. Really weird artwork. And you've got Shatterhand. That one's a good one to have. And another fun one is a Kabuki Quantum Fighter. I've got that one. And there's the Superman I picked up the other day. And let's see. Oh, here's one you don't see very often. This is Wampum, which is a really cool Mega Man clone. This one is going up in value. I'm not sure why, because the game fucking sucks. But this one is getting really popular. The amount of money that this one costs has like quadrupled since I first found it. Probably even higher than that. Then we go back up here, and you got Beetlejuice, Bionic Commando, Blaster Master, Bomberman, Bure Fighter, California Games, the 3 Castlevania games, Clash at Demon Head, Contra, Super C, and now we're going to have to go over to the other side. And it keeps on going here. You got Dash Galaxy, Deadly Towers, Demon Sword, Dick Tracy, Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, Double Dragon 2, Dr. Chaos, Dino Wars, you know, nothing really rare. Fist of the North Star. Now there's Mega Man 2, and that one's starting to go up, not as much as the other ones, but it's getting there. And you've got Final Fantasy, Spy Hunter, Jurassic Park, King's Knight. Here is Vice Project Doom. Mine's a little bit scuffed up, but it works. If you like the Ninja Gaiden games, you'll love that one. It's a fantastic game. But RoboCop, Yoshi's Cookie, Ring King, Ninja Kid, Goonies 2. Here's one that's starting to go up in value too. This is the NES version of Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu. That one's starting to get a little pricey. Turtles 3, that one's getting a little pricey. And keep going. Nightmare on Elm Street, for some reason, is going up in price. Friday the 13th is not, but this one is. And you keep looking. You got Street Fighter 2010 there, Strider, Renegade, Silver Surfer is starting to go up in value for some reason. Ninja Gaiden 3 is going up in value, and I got it for $10 at GameSwap because some asshole, probably a kid, had taken an ink pen and drawn all over it, as you can see. So this game goes for a lot more than 10, even card only. But I got it for cheap because of this. I know I can take some solvent or something and take that off of there, but I'm a lazy fuck, so I haven't bothered with it. Let's see here. And Legacy of the Wizard, Guardian Legend, Golgo 13, Kirby's Adventure, Friday the 13th, you know, Slalom, Simpsons, Bart vs. the World, The Magic of Scheherazade or whatever, Wall Street Kid, Metal Gear, and Willow, Fact Xanadu, Rad Racer, Journey to Silius, that's always a good one, Monster Party, and there's the NES version of Joe and Mac Caveman Ninja. Then you got Narc, Kung Fu, Wizards Warriors, G.I. Joe, The Atlantis Factor, that's a good one to have, it's a good game. Tecmo World Wrestling, that's a lot of fun. There's the black version of Gauntlet. Got Zexus, that's a great game, Zexus. Mega Man 3, that's a good one. Mega Man, that's a great one. It's going up in price a lot. And I'm lucky because the version I've got is in really good shape. It just looks fantastic. I was really happy about that. And you got Ghostbusters and Laser Invasion, Metal Mech, Rollerball, Boulder Dash. There's Bart vs. the Space Mutants. I need to reseal that sticker. It's starting to come off. And then, you know, you've got Little Mermaid there, and Tom and Jerry, Mappy Land, 10-Yard Fight. So nothing super duper rare on NES, but you know, some of the ones that I've got, they're going up in value. And I don't have as much on Super Nintendo, but the ones I've got, I'm happy with. I've got Rocketeer and Final Fight 2 and Castlevania 4, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Turtles 4. Just some good stuff, you know. I don't really have any crap for N64. It's all pretty good stuff. Super Star Wars, what have you. One that I like to point out here is this right here, Run Saber. If you like the Strider game for Sega Genesis, then Run Saber is for you, because it's basically a clone of that Genesis game Strider. Now moving down, we're starting to get into my loose Genesis carts. Now one thing I wanted to show you, this is kind of neat. This is my Power Base Mini. This allows you to play, it's basically a mini version of the Power Base converter for the Genesis. So you can play Master System games. But this one is actually compatible with my Retron 5, so it allows me to play Master System games on my Retron 5, and it was like 30 bucks. Not too bad. So these are like my my EA carts. Now, none of my Genesis stuff is in alphabetical order, but of course, here's my all-time favorite sports game, Lakers versus Celtics in the NBA playoffs. I love that game. And you've got Sonic and Knuckles, and this one you don't see all the time. This is Cosmic Space Head. You don't see that one too often. Got some other good stuff over there, like Forgotten Worlds. Chase HQ 2 is starting to go up in value, even for cart only. Same thing with Grindstormer. That one's starting to go up some. Toxic Crusaders. Gaiaris is starting to go up in value. Master of Monsters is. Not sure why. This one is going up in value. Cheeky Boys. I know not why, but it's starting to get expensive. And you come over here, you got the Jungle Book, Sonic 3D Blast, Landstalker, that's a great game. Sparkster, that's a great game. Sparkster is actually getting expensive. It's the sequel to Rocket Knight Adventures, and it's getting pricey. Rocket Knight Adventures, not so expensive. Sparkster, pretty expensive. Got Revenge of Shinobi, Kid Chameleon, Dick Tracy, Judge Dredd, Shinobi 3, Dynamite Heady. Yeah, I've got some really good Herzog's Ways right there. We've got some really good stuff in here. Phantasy Star 4, Light Crusader, Hellfire, that's a brutally hard shoot 'em up. Mickey Mania, Ernest Evans, it's starting to get popular as far as pricing goes. Truxton, same thing there. Troubleshooter, Decap Attack, Zombies Ate My Neighbor, Midnight Resistance, Tin Head, that's a great game. Shining Force, I've got Shining Force 2 right there. Castle of Illusion, that one that's missing its label is Ghouls and Ghosts. I'd love to get a better version of that. And we got Strider here, Alex Kidd, Whip Rush. Whip Rush is a great shooter. And there's that crappy Batman Returns. Biohazard Battle is a great shooter. Ristar, fantastic platformer, Ristar. Great game. And you come over here, you got Two Crew Dudes. You don't see that one very often. Vector Man's pretty easy to find. Galaxy Force 2, Virtual Fighter 2, Steel Empire. Phantasy Star 2, that's a good game. High Seas Havoc, that's a good platformer. Batman and Robin, Eternal Champions. Then you start getting down here, and this is where Dreamcast comes in. You got Sonic Adventure, Sword of the Berserk, Trick Style, Soul Fighter, Ready to Rumble, Rippin' Riders, which is snowboarding, great snowboarding game. Evolution, The World's Sacred Device, Soul Calibur, Time Stalkers, Sega Bass Fishing, Evolution 2, which is a good RPG, Draconis Cult of the Worm. And you got Pin Tricellon, Speed Devils, Blue Stinger, Bust-A-Move 4, Silver, which is kind of a Final Fantasy type RPG, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Deep Fighter, Mach-N X, Nightmare Creatures 2, Legacy of Kain, Dead or Alive 2, Power Stone, y'all saw me buy that. Echo the Dolphin, Metropolis Street Racer, Grandia 2, Sega GT, Floygan Brothers, Crazy Taxi 2, Daytona USA, Silent Scope, Coaster Works, still sealed, it's not a rare game. Phantasy Star Online version 2, Cannon Spike. This one is expensive. This one's hard to find. If you happen across this one at a good price, snatch it up. Ooga Booga, Shenmue, Buzz Lightyear, Star Command, Record of Lotus War, Skies of Arcadia, Kiss Psycho Circus, 18-Wheeler, American Pro Trucker, Evil Dead, Hail to the King, WWE Royal Rumble, Carrier, Zombies Revenge, D2, Charge and Blast, and Pure Solar, Fighting Force 2, Tokyo Extreme Racer, Championship Surfer, Sealed. It's not a rare game though. Arrow Wings, Omicron, The Nomad Soul. Especially since David Bowie's death, this one is going up in value. And then Prince of Persia, Arabian Nights. While I'm over here, we'll go over my small but growing 2600 collection. You got Pole Position, Donkey Kong. And here's what I was talking about. The labels on these old Atari carts tend to fall off real easy. This is a not too good in condition copy of Phoenix, which is one of my favorite 2600 games. And here's Backgammon. You got Defender, Crawl, Pele Soccer, Sequest, Galaxian, Superman, Starship, Pac-Man, Circus Atari, Joust, and that's Galaga for the 7800. And you got Hat-Trick for the 7800. Space Invaders, Missile Command, Vanguard, which is a great game. Basketball, Breakout, Centipede, Night Driver, Buck Rogers, Planet of Zoom, one of my favorite 2600 games. I wish it was in better shape. Mega Force, which was based on the movie. It's one of those 20th Century Fox games. Mega Mania, Entombed, E.T., Football, and then this one is Strawberry Shortcake. Not sure how I ended up with that one. And then I've got Robotron 2084 right there for the 7800. And I'll show you some of my box Genesis games. Got Cyborg Justice, Spider-Man, Sector X, Quackshot, 688, Jewel Master, The Terminator, Ghostbusters. That one's a hard one to find, complete in box. Alien Storm, Streets of Rage, Shadow Dancer, Fantasia, Cyberball, Lightning Force, Shadow Blasters, Rambo 3, Last Battle, Pac-Mania, Tommy Lasorda Baseball, X-Mutant Sealed, it's not a rare though, Columns, Super WrestleMania, Duke Nukem, or Dynamite Duke, I mean. And then we'll show you some of my Sega CD games. Now, I hate the big boxes for Sega CD and for Sega Saturn. I can't stand them. The hinges on them break real easy. They crack. The discs fall off the spindle easy as fuck. So I just make my own. So if I have it complete, I put the box and manual away, and then I create these, and this is what I display. So you got Flashback, Tomcat Alley. You've got Afterburner 3, Chuck Rock, Hook, Mortal Kombat, Night Trap, Prince of Persia, Dracula, Batman Returns, Sylphied, Microcosm, Ground Zero Texas, Prize Fighter, Wonder Dog, Vi, Sewer Shark, Soul Feast, Cliffhanger, Joe Montana's NFL Football, Pugsy, Jeopardy, Sonic City, and Lodestar. Then it starts getting over into my Sega Saturn stuff, which is a small collection, but some really good stuff here. High dollar titles. You got Albert Odyssey, Shining the Holy Ark, Mystaria, Fighting Vipers isn't rare, Virtual Cop, Mansion of Hidden Souls, Dark Savior, Shining Wisdom, Magic Knights Ray Earth, Panzer Dragoon Saga, I've got it complete in box, everything, manual and all, Dragon Force, Shining Force 3, and Burning Rangers. Got some more box Genesis games. You got Batman, that one is getting on up there. Wardner box complete is really getting on up there. It's a port of an arcade game. Phantasy Star 3, Sonic the Hedgehog, NHL Hockey, James Pond 2, and that, my friends, is a sealed, complete in box Shaq Fu with the soundtrack CD still sealed in there. Ain't worth shit, but I got it. McDonald's Treasureland Adventure, that one's not easy to find complete. Castlevania Bloodline, same story. Gunstar Heroes complete, that one isn't cheap. And oddly enough, Pocahontas is starting to get high in value. I'm not sure why, but it is. And then you've got Valis, Sid of Valis, and Valis 3, box complete. Those aren't cheap either. Dino Land's a pinball game's not all that good. Arrow Flash is a great beginner shooter if you've got any kids that are wanting to get into side-scrolling shmups. That's a good one to start them out on. And then you've got Turtles Hyperstone Heist complete in the box. Rings of Power complete in the box. That was one of the early Naughty Dog games. You got Super Thunder Blade, Spider-Man, X-Men, and X-Men. Thunder Force 3 complete in box. That's my favorite Genesis game. It's one of the best shooters ever made. I love it to death. Fantastic soundtrack. If you never listened to the soundtrack, you need to. Super Hide Light, terrible game. Blaster Master 2, ain't much better. Arcus Odyssey, that one's starting to get hard to find, and so is the one next to it, complete in box, Thunder Fox. I have no idea why, because the game sucks, but it's been going up in value lately. And then you've got Batman Revenge of the Joker box. Then you start getting into Master System stuff. So you've got Black Belt, which was really a Fist of the North Star game, and they just took the license off. Quartet, Double Dragon, and you've got Transbot, which is actually one of their card games. They come on little TurboGrafx style cards. And Miracle Warrior, and that one that doesn't look all that great is Ghostbusters. And you've got Outrun, Montezuma's Revenge, great platformer, love Montezuma's Revenge. Time Soldiers, Rostan, Golvelius, which is a Zelda clone, and then Rambo and Rampage, and then on the end, because I haven't rearranged them, is another Genesis box complete game, which is Saturday Night Slam Masters. It's a fighting game that is kind of mixed. It's almost like playing Street Fighter if all the matches and everything was pro wrestling. So it's kind of cool. You go down here, and these are some PlayStation games that I didn't have the original cases for, so I just made my own. So you got Darkstalkers, you got Street Fighter Collection, Strider and Strider 2, Vampire Hunter D, Star Ocean, SpongeBob SquarePants, Threads of Fate, Legend of Legaia, and then, oh, I can't even read that one. And then you start getting into the boxes that I made for TurboGrafx 16 games that I didn't have the originals for. So you got Ballistic, King of Casino, Legendary Axe, TV Sports Football, Tiger Road. Tiger Road's a hard one to come by. It's pretty expensive. It's kind of a almost Ninja Gaiden-ish side-scrolling action game. Bravo Man, Dungeon Explorer, Double Dungeons, JJ and Jeff, Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu. Even though I don't have the box and manual, that thing is expensive as hell. It's very rare, very hard to find. Blazing Lasers, China Warrior, Ninja Spirit. Here's my pathetic 3DO collection because I just haven't gotten that into it yet. You got Total Eclipse, Dragon's Lair, Samurai Showdown, Alone in the Dark, Way of the Warrior, which is another early Naughty Dog game, and Gex. Then you get into my original Xbox collection, which again isn't all that big because I've been focusing mostly on the much older stuff. So you got Kingdom Under Fire, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Nightcaster, The Bard's Tale, Dead to Rights, Shenmue 2, Halo, Halo 2, Azuric, Lord of the Rings The Third Age, which is a really cool Lord of the Rings themed Final Fantasy clone, Van Helsing, which is a movie themed clone of Devil May Cry, Tron 2.0, which is a first-person shooter based in the Tron universe, Ninja Gaiden, Fable, Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, you know what that is, Painkiller, and Blinks, which is a platformer, Jade Cocoon, which is a RPG from the makers of Mass Effect and what have you, BioWare, Bruce Lee, and The Suffering. Now, I don't have a whole lot in the way of GameCube because I just haven't gotten. It's starting to get expensive, but I haven't gotten into it yet. But I got Haunted Mansion, Harvest Moon, Kirby, Shadow the Hedgehog, Custom Robo, Eternal Darkness, which that one's hard to find, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, Harry Potter 4, Monster House, Paper Mario, and Star Fox Adventures, Mario Sunshine, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Sonic 2, Luigi's Mansion, Ultimate Spider-Man, Wario's Woods or whatever, Mario Kart, and Legend of Zelda. Then you get into my Wii U stuff. You got Xenoblade Chronicles X, Nintendo Land, New Super Luigi 2, Pikmin 3, and Super Mario Maker, Yoshi's Woolly World, Super Mario 3D World, The Wonderful 101, Zombie U, Splatoon, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, Devil's Turd, Mario Kart 8, New Super Mario Bros. U, Sonic Boom, Bayonetta 2, Captain Toad, Epic Mickey 2, Hyrule Warriors, Legend of Zelda, the Wind Waker remix, Lego City Undercover, Super Smash Bros. Wii U, and what was that one that's bright red that I can't read? What is that? Oh, Donkey Kong Country, the freeze one. Yeah, okay. And then back here, this was Scribblenauts, I think. Yeah, Scribblenauts. And then you get into Wii, which is Punch-Out!, Boy and His Blob, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Mario Super Sluggers, Super Paper Mario, and let's see here, Lego Batman, Dragon Quest Swords, Ark Rise Fantasia, Animal Crossing, Beatles Rock Band, that's my wife's. It says Bust a Move Bash twice, that's because one of them has Wii Sports in it. The Castlevania fighting game, Conduit, Conduit 2, Curse Mountain, Donkey Kong Country returns, Epic Mickey, Ghostbusters, Godzilla, GoldenEye 007, Just Dance 2, that's my wife's, Chocobo Dungeon, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, Kirby's Dream Collection, Kirby's Epic Yarn, Kirby's Return to Dreamland, The Last Story, Star Wars, Lego Star Wars, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Mad World, Mario Kart Wii, Muramasa the Demon Blade, My Sims Agents, Metroid Prime Trilogy, Metroid Other M, Okami, Pandora's Tower, Rampage, Total Destruction, Red Steel 2, Zack and Wiki, Rygar, Samurai Warriors 3, Mario All-Stars, Mario Brothers Wii, Super Mario Galaxy, Super Smash Bros., Sin and Punishment, Sonic Colors, Spectrobe, Spyborg, Tales of Symphonia, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, Wii Fit Plus, that's my wife's, Wii Sports Resort, and Xenoblade. And then there's some boxes to the stuff right there, just some extra boxes. And then you've got my 360 stuff. Dead Rising, The Darkness, Gears of War 1, 2, 3, and Gears of War Judgment. Left 4 Dead, Dark Sector, N3, Splinter Cell, Conviction, Metro 2033, Oblivion, Steelbook, Witcher 2, Ninja Blade, The Orange Box, Condemned, Record of Agorist War, Infinite Undiscovery, Tales of Vesperia, Condemned 2, The Last Remnant, Blue Dragon, Arcania, Lost Odyssey, Divinity 2, Cameo, Soul Calibur 4, 2 Human, Halo Wars, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, The Darkness, Fable, Fable 2, Fable 3, Magna Carta 2, Eternal Sonata, Project Sylphid, Time Shift, Jumper, and Lost Planet, Silent Hill Homecoming, Halo Anniversary, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo ODST, Halo Reach, Connect Sports, Connect Adventures, Star Wars Connect, Connect Avengers, Rise of Nightmares, The Gun Stringer, and Fable Journey. Back up here looking at some PS1 stuff, you got Xenogears, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy Origin, is that Origins? Yeah, Final Fantasy Origins, Final Fantasy Anthology, Final Fantasy Chronicles, and then Brave Fencer Musashi, and Vagrant Story, Legend of Dragoon, Chrono Cross Sealed, Metal Gear Solid, Crash Bash, Soul Blade, Akuji the Heartless. This is Blaster Master right here, Blaster Master. I want to replace that label. Got Alundra, complete in box, Alundra 2, Mega Man X4, Mega Man 8 Anniversary Collector's Edition, Batman and Robin, Valkyrie Profile, that one's a hard one to come by, it's not cheap, Silent Hill, Kiss Pinball, Fighting Force, Casper, and there's that Bugs Bunny and Taz I found the other day. Then you've got some complete TurboGrafx games. I got Bloody Wolf, Newtopia, Sidearms, Vigilante, Box Adventure, Battle Royal, Sonic Spike, Alien Crush, Keith Courage, Victory Run, and Splatterhouse. Splatterhouse ain't cheap. And you got some DS games. You got Harvest Moon, Legend of Zelda, Phantom Hourglass, Okami, Chrono Trigger, Kingdom Hearts Recoded, Super Mario Brothers, Kingdom Hearts 3, 58 2 Days, Tetris DS, Harvest Moon, Final Fantasy, Bolt. Then you get into 3DS stuff, Super Mario 3D Land, Kingdom Hearts 3D, Wreck-It Ralph, Mario and Luigi Dream Team, Regular Show, that's 8 for you, New Super Mario Bros. 2, Legend of Zelda, Link Between Worlds, Jaws, Adventure Time, that's 8th again, Heroes of Ruin, Codename Steam, Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Then you start to get into the Vita stuff. Arcana Hearts, Assassin's Creed 3, Unit 13, Batman Blackgate, Borderlands 2, Blaze Blue, Call of Duty Black Ops, Conception 2, Criminal Girls, that's my wife's, Danganronpa 2, Dead or Alive 5, Demon Gaze, good little dungeon crawler, Disgaea 3, Disgaea 4, Disney Infinity, Dungeon Hunter Alliance, Freedom Wars, Final Fantasy XX2, Gravity Rush, Hot Shots Golf, Hyper Dimension Noir, Hyper Dimension Neptunia Rebirth 1, Hyper Dimension Neptunia Rebirth 2, haven't picked up Rebirth 3 yet, Hyper Dimension Neptunia U Action Unleashed, and Jak and Daxter Collection, Killzone Mercenary, Batman 3, Lego Jurassic World, Little Big Planet, Lumens, or Lumines, Mind Zero, Minecraft, Mod Nation Racers, Mortal Kombat, Muramasa, Need for Speed Most Wanted, One Piece Unlimited World Red, Persona 4 Golden, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royal, Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, Senran Kagura Shinobi Versus, Silent Hill, Soul Sacrifice, Sorcery Saga, Spy Hunter, Street Fighter X Tekken, Tales of Hearts R, Tearaway, and Terraria, Tukiden, Trigger Happy Havoc, which is Danganronpa again, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Uncharted Golden Abyss, Valhalla Knights, Ys Memories of Celceta, Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters, Trails of Cold Steel, which that's Legends of Heroes, Lost Dimension, Corpse Party, and Dungeon Travelers 2, and then Persona Dancing All Night, which again is my wife's. And these are five Atari Jaguar games. None of them are rare or special by any means, but I'll show you what they are. Hang on just a second, let me reach across here. You got NBA Jam, you got Zool 2, you got Kasumi Ninja, Mortal Kombat ripoff, Cybermorph, and Brutal Sports Football. So those are the whopping 5 Jaguar games I have. Then you come back over here, and as you can see, I haven't put a whole lot into collecting for N64. I've got Perfect Dark, Rebel Squadron, Jet Force Gemini, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. I've got Yoshi's Story. I've got Wave Race 64, 007 GoldenEye, Banjo-Kazooie, Quest 64, Castlevania, Aiden Chronicles, which is terrible, Donkey Kong 64, Majora's Mask, Legend of Zelda, South Park, Kirby 64, Star Fox 64, Superman 64, 8th Insisted, and Super Mario 64, and that's all I got for that one so far. Sure you're all dying to see this. This is my meager 32X collection. Not that there's a whole lot of 32X games to be had. But I got Doom, Metalhead, Cosmic Carnage, BC Racers, Mortal Kombat 2, WWE Raw, Tempo, which is a unique little platformer, Virtua Racing, Motocross, Colibri, which is kind of a shooter where you're playing as a hummingbird, and Link's 36 Holes, Knuckles Chaotix. There's either you really love it or you really hate it with that game. Virtual Fighters, Star Wars Arcade, Team Mech, and Shadow Squadron. Oh, and here's a incomplete Master System game, Afterburner. Then you get into my television stuff. I've got NFL football, NHL hockey, Night Stalker, golf, checkers, frog bog, Shark, Space Armada, Major League Baseball, Star Strike, Armor Battle, Space Battle, NASL soccer, poker and blackjack, Lock and Chase, Sea Battle, Space Hawk, Reversey, whatever that is, Sub Hunt, boxing, chess, Space Battle, Tron, Mesotron. Look at here, B-17 Bomber. That's one of the ones that uses the voice recognition box, which I have, the voice modulator. And so you turn it on and B-17 Bomber. You got Space Spartans and Bomb Squad. So I've got all the ones that do the voice as far as I know of. There may be another one, but if there is, I don't know. Tron Deadly Disc, Astro Smash, Snafu, Vectron, Backgammon, Tennis, Auto Racing, Horse Racing, NBA Basketball, Skiing, and Donkey Kong again. I've got 3 different versions of Donkey Kong. The 2600 one, the Intellivision, and I've got the ColecoVision version over here somewhere. Oh, here's some more television. Got Dragonfire. Got Microsurgeon. Got Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, which that one is the Treasure of Tarnin, whatever. And then Safecracker. Then we get into the ColecoVision. I've got pretty much the best of the best. I don't have everything for ColecoVision, but I got some of the best games. I got Zaxxon, Mousetrap, Smurf, Frenzy, Congo Bongo, love that game. Turbo, Rock and Rope, Rocky, Cabbage Patch, don't ask, it came in a bundle. Telly Turtle, Space Panic, Omega Race. Then we're going to come around to see the other side. Time Pilot, Frontline, Ladybug, Victory, Looping, Burger Time, Cosmic Avenger, Burger Time, no, Bump and Jump, Super Action Baseball, Mr. Do, Carnival, Sub Rock, Space Fury, Donkey Kong, and then this one's missing its label. This is Tarzan. Then you got Popeye, Squish 'em Sam, Pit Stop, Miner 2049er, Defender, Centipede, Decathlon, and Cubert. My PSP collection real quick. It's small, but it's growing. You've got Hammer and Hero, Dissidia Final Fantasy, Castlevania, Death Jr., I believe that's Final Fantasy II, Crisis Core, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, The Third Birthday, Persona 3, Star Ocean Second Evolution, Star Ocean First Departure, Brave Story, Dissidia, Resistance, Final Fantasy Tactics, Lunar, Daxter, Killzone Liberation, Ys the Ark of Nephistum, The Legend of Heroes, which that's kind of a precursor to the Trails of Cold Steel, Ratchet & Clank Size Matters, Kingdom of Paradise. I haven't found anywhere that I like to keep my handhelds yet, so I just have them here for the time being. Haven't figured out how I want to display them. Let me get this Wii controller out of the way here, Wii U. So I've got Nomad. This is a PSP 3001. This is a Neo Geo Pocket Color. A Game Boy SP. Here's a DS, original DS. A Game Boy Color. Original Game Boy, I've got a boxed one too. And here's a Game Boy Advance. And then of course I've got a Vita, original model, 8th, and Sarah, they have the newer Vita model, the slim model. And of course I've got to show you my my Game Gear. Let me go get it while I'm thinking of it. Okay, so let's take a look at my Game Gear. Oh, there's my Millennium Falcon rug. Got that at Think Geek. Yeah, I don't keep anything in this pocket, so... Alright, so there's my Game Gear. It's in pretty much like new condition. It's had new capacitors put in it, so it's been refurbished. Got the power adapter, everything you need. And then we've got some games here. Nothing rare or anything. There's World Cup Soccer. Here's Tailspin. Here's Ren and Stimpy. Quest for the Shaven Yak. Here's Bust a Move. And what is this? Olympic Gold. NBA Jam. If you're wondering why I have a bunch of sports games when I hate sports games, they came with it when I bought it. They were in the box. Spider-Man. And Fred Couples Golf. World Series Baseball. WrestleMania. What was that? Steel Cage. WrestleMania Steel Cage. And George Foreman's KO Boxing. And NFL 95. So there's my Game Gear. Nice, shiny, and pretty. Oh, and while I'm at it, since they're hard to get to I keep them down on the bottom shelf because that's the biggest, tallest shelf I've got, so it's the only place they'll fit. Let me get out my Neo Geo games and show you what few Neo Geo games I've got. Before I get to the Neo Geo games, here's something fun. You always hear me talking about my old man and his years as a police officer. I have a few things from his career still lying around. Here is his 70s issue nightstick. Hard oak with a metal rod in the middle of it. And if you look close enough, you can still see notches here and there where he knocked people's teeth out with it and they got stuck in the wood. Yeah, this is old school. It'll put a hurting on you. Alright, so Neo Geo games. I only have 6. That's all I've been able to accumulate thus far. And they're not anything rare. I've got Riding Hero, Nam 75, Magician Lord, Ninja Combat, the Super Spy, and Baseball Stars. And my puppy is sad because he doesn't know why I'm talking to myself and thinks that I've lost it. What's the matter, puppy? Huh? About you, puppy. What? What is it? What? What is it? Eh? That's what I thought. Oh, and I almost forgot. Here's my 3DS. And 8 has the 3DS XL, the red one, up in his room. So we got one last thing to look at. Now this is my autographed Uncharted 2 poster, autographed by Naughty Dog. This is my retro station. This is where I play anything that doesn't have audio-video inputs. I run it through the VCR and use the VCR as kind of a remodulator to convert it over where I can get gameplay footage of them. And this is my, it's a little dusty, I need to dust it off, but there's my ColecoVision with the Atari 2600 module and those sports controllers. Those come 2 to the box. That's the only add-on that I don't have the box for. But let me show you this. These things are cool as hell. Look at this remote. Look at this controller. Look at this thing. Looks like a fucking Star Trek phaser. It's a badass little controller. It's got buttons here. And of course it's got the number pad on the top where you can put the little slide-on button charts, and then you've got your joystick. I mean, these are cool-ass controllers. They come 2 to the box. And then if you look down, there's the trackball controller, and there's the steering wheel controller with the foot pedal. So, I mean, this is one of the nicest ColecoVisions you're ever going to see, aside from it being dusty. I forgot to dust off before I filmed, but it's in like new condition. There's not a scratch on it. It looks just like it did the day that it was taken out of the box. And last thing to show you, you've got my periodic table of game controllers right here. This is my 73-inch Mitsubishi DLP. Came out in 2009. It's a 2009 model. Still runs like it was brand new, so I haven't had any reason to replace it. And then you're going to see here I've got the Retron 5. There's the Wii U. And there's my CoinOps 7 unit sitting right there. And then underneath you got the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and my PS3 Super Slim. Show a little bit about how these gaming chairs work. Now this is 8's chair, so it's full of junk. Typical teenager. You got light up cup holders, and you've got compartments for storage here that also have AC adapters and USB plugs for charging controllers. And these are full recliners. So as you can see, they fully recline. We've got 3 of these. One for everybody in the house. So anyway, that's my collection. If you want to see anything more in-depth about it, just post me a comment and let me know, and we can follow up maybe on a podcast or what have you. Hope you enjoyed it. This is 7th.